Again.
Okay.
Okay. Hello, everyone out there tuning in. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Ashley Bickle. I work in the recruitment department at Loyalist College. Today's session is all about our fantastic international team. And we have today Jody Russett with us and Kat Fisher-Andrews, who are great members of this international team at Loyalist. And they're here to speak today about the fantastic things that the international team offers. All right, should we start into it?
Yeah, sure. That's great. Good morning.
Good morning. I'll turn it over to you two, and we'll get into it. Let's do it.
Okay. So as Ashley said, my name is Jody Russett. I'm the International Manager at Loyalist College, and our international team supports the international students that are coming from around the globe as they, from the time that they apply to Loyalist College until the time that they graduate. We recognize that it's really a big decision for international students to study abroad and travel to Canada, leave their culture, leave their friends, leave their family, and everything that they're really comfortable with to come to Canada to start a new life, possibly to change careers or start their career, and possibly immigrate to Canada, which many international students choose to do. So we're here to support. Kat and I work very closely with all of the international students. We provide a lot of personal attention to them from the time that they apply. We can answer all of their questions, make sure that they're feeling really comfortable as they prepare to come to Canada, and then support them upon arrival through their studies. So our role is really to make sure that the students are connected personally, academically, and socially to the Belleville community and to the Loyalist College campus, and connect it to other students who possibly are senior students coming from countries and have the same experience that they've been through, and which is very comforting for them. Kat provides a lot of advising for immigration because that can be really complex and a little bit scary and confusing for the students. So that's a big support for her as well. And a lot of connection to the services that we have at Loyalist, specifically with their academics. And we really want to anticipate the needs of the students and know what they need before they need it. So we really try to be there to support them and provide that personal attention for them. Kat?
Thanks, Jody. Yeah. Well, Jody's told you pretty much everything you need to know about international. I'm just going to introduce myself. I'm the international the international settlement officer for the International Center at Loyalist. I go by Kat. It says Catherine on my screen. I go by Kat Fisher-Andrews. And yeah, we, just as Jody said, we provide all the support that, that the students could possibly need from pre-arrival to post-graduation. One of the things that I do as well that I focus on is the immigration. And we can provide some basic immigration questions and some basic immigration information, as well as helping to support the students with their documents. That being said, it is the responsibility of the student to look after their immigration needs, but we're there to provide a guidance on the step-by-step procedures that they need to take in order to ensure that their documents are going to be ready and that they're prepared for their immigration. One of the things that I wanted to point out before we get into it, and I don't know if there's a link that we can put up, but the Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada website is the most important source for students to access to understand their immigration needs and to get the support that they need through that. And we can help guide students through that website as well so that they can get the answers they need about immigration.
And I'll just add too, Kat, it's really important that we sort of know when the peak times where immigration is a big role in what students are doing. And Kat has a number of resources that she provides to the students, presentations, step-by-step guides that will help the students, because we know when those key points are coming up, and we want to make sure that we provide as much information to the students as possible. And we do a lot of workshops as well. And our offices do have an open door policy, so Kat and I both, along with the rest of the international team, are always available for students to come up and ask us questions and make connections with us as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Jody.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that great background about the role of the international team at Loyalist. To everyone out there tuning in, I did forget to mention we have this fantastic chat feature that's a part of Zoom. You'll find out at the very bottom of your screen, it'll say chat, and you're able to chat directly with Loyalist. And we do have a few questions coming in, so get your questions in there if you have any. And we do have a question here. Are we ready to jump right into that question?
For sure, yes.
Sure.
Awesome. All right, so I have opted for SCM and ERP in Brunel campus and got co-op program. Do colleges help find companies for project work?
So that is with our Toronto campus. For those students that are not, we do have a campus in Belleville, our main campus, and we do have a Toronto campus, and they do have a support team there at the campus, along with your faculty, that will talk to students and do a lot of preparation with the students to make those connections with employers and support the students as they are going out into the placement. A lot of the programs, it's built into the program that you do a lot of the theory and then you work your way up towards working to the placement. So you have that practical, the theory, the practical hands-on experience that when you go out into the community and work with an employer that you're feeling really confident. So there's time to work towards all those pieces. And I will hand it over to Kat too, just to speak directly to the students about the required permit that students, international students, do need to be able to go into a place of employment to complete a placement that is a requirement of a program. Kat?
Okay, sure, thanks. So if you do have a placement with your studies, and sometimes it can be called an internship or a co-op as well. So that's why IRCC, which is Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, calls it a co-op permit. So you actually need a specific work permit to work in your placement. When you get a study permit, you're going to have the ability, for the most part, most students have the ability once they enter Canada to be able to work 20 hours a week outside of their, outside of their studies, and in their personal life, they can work for 20 hours a week. But to work at your placement, you need a specific co-op work permit that you have to apply for. There's no fee for that, but it is something that you must have before your program starts. And just as a warning, it actually, a little background noise there.
Sorry.
Okay. Just as a warning, it actually takes quite a long time to get a co-op work permit. So if you're entering Canada and you don't get your permit at the border, which it should be on your offer letter indicates that you have a co-op placement, and your offer letter will show that you have it. So when you come to the border, the officers should give you one, the border officers. However, if they don't, you can apply for one and we can help you through that process.
Fantastic. Thank you both for that great answer. We do have another question coming in here, and it kind of has to do with immigration. Can a student still get a PGWP if they study online outside of Canada?
Do you want to take that one, Jody?
Or you can, it doesn't matter. So currently the Canadian government is allowing students to do 50% of their program online, which is new due to COVID. So up until December 31st, of 2020, a student can register in a program and begin their studies online and still be eligible for the PGWP permit at the end of their program. Kat, is there anything you want to add to that?
No, I think it's one of the little confusions is that there is a stipulation that you have to do 50% of your studies online and the rest of your studies have to be completed within Canada. So it's important to know that you can start your program online outside of Canada, but you have to complete it in Canada in order to get your permit.
I think it's important to add too that COVID is so ever changing, and as the public health and the WHO are giving recommendations, and as we sort of monitor the virus, that IRCC is also monitoring as well and providing announcements and notifications that are constantly up on their website. So it's really important for students to make sure that they're well connected to that site and watching for those notifications as well too.
Yeah, absolutely. Because those types of stipulations that we're just talking about now, those are new things that have to do with COVID, and that could change. So yeah, that's a really good point.
For sure. Thank you both very much for that great answer. And we have another question coming in here. And that question is, what information will students get before the start of their program? A really great question.
That's a really good question. And what we do is students who pre-register and upload their visa onto their application portal at the beginning of the summer will start receiving lots of information from Loyalist College, from specifically the International Center, letting you know what to expect when deadlines are approaching, the support that we're providing to students. And we typically send communication to our international students probably at least once a week during the summer in order to prepare them for their studies starting in September. As things are a little bit different this year, we'll still continue that communication, but provide updates of how we will continue to support students remotely. And our student services team as well will be providing updates of how they'll be supporting students with their academics. So not to worry, probably starting in July, we'll receive lots of information preparing the students on how to get ready. And then as they plan to come to Canada, as things are changing, we'll be there to answer all the questions and support the students as well.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Jody and Kat. Another question coming in here via the chat, and we have someone asking for info on the application process and how to pay fees.
Pay tuition fees or application fees?
Maybe if we could cover both, that would be fantastic.
Sure.
Yeah.
So on our Loyalist College website, we do have a button for international students, and on there it has how to apply. So international students are required to submit an application via our application portal. The link is there. It's pretty straightforward and very user-friendly, and submit their documents for review. When everything is submitted into the portal, we have an admissions team that will review the application. If the student meets the requirements of the program, they will provide them with an offer letter that they can download or print from the application portal to start with their visa application. Within the letter of offer, there are tuition deadline dates and amounts for the students to understand when and what needs to be paid, and they would pay those via Flywire. We also have a link on our Loyalist College webpage as well. So a student from outside of Canada can click on the link, pay via Flywire. It takes a few days for the fees to arrive in Canada on their student account at Loyalist College, and once those arrive, then they'll be coded in our system as accepted, and then we're hoping that students will submit the visa application and be successful in obtaining that to start their program. So there is I should add, there is a $100 application fee as well. So when they're going through the application process on the portal, there will be a space that they need to make a payment via credit card for that. We do work with a number of agents around the world as well too. So some students can waive that application fee if they're connected to an agent in their area.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Jody, for that great answer. Now, another question here. Sorry, pardon me. Got the wrong one here. What are the dates of the fall 2020 semester?
So classes are scheduled to start on September 9th, and they go all the way through to December 18th. If you go onto the Loyalist College website, the academic calendar is there, so students can access it any time to understand what the outline of that semester will be. There is a study week in there as well in October, which is a bit of a break for the students to catch up and take a breath and have a little bit of fun as well. And there'll be lots of updates coming throughout the summer for students that are attending in September that will make sure that students have all the information and the dates that they need. We're currently working on a really exciting orientation program that will be exciting for students to participate in remotely. So that information should be coming out soon too for students of how they can connect with other students at Loyalist, find out about the upcoming semester, and it hopefully will be a little bit of fun for them as well too.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Jody. And on that note, that seems to be it for all of our questions. Kat and Jody, I want to thank you so much for speaking about the fantastic things that the international team does and helping answer some of our questions today. Is there any other things that you'd like to mention to any of our participants here before we kind of wrap up?
No, I think that it's really important that both Kat and I are available all summer, although we're working remotely. If students have questions, our email links are on the website. We're happy to answer any questions that students have. I feel it's a really big decision. I feel international students are very brave. It's a big change for students to make the decision to come to Canada. So we want to make sure that they're there to support them, answer their questions so they're feeling comfortable and they have a great experience at Loyalist.
Absolutely. Thank you both so much again. And to everyone out there tuning in, we hope you stay safe and we hope to see you within the college walls shortly. Stay well out there.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.